For all the best boxing content, don't forget to like, subscribe, and punch that bell for notifications.
Ladies and gentlemen, the action continues with 8 rounds of boxing in the middleweight division, and it will be for the vacant WBC Fecker Box Championship. Brought to you by Lou DiBella's DiBella Entertainment in association with GH3 Promotions, Greg Cohen Promotions, and Showtime. Our 3 judges scoring on a 10-point must system will be Gerald Deming, Teresa Mullins, and Mac Thornton. When the bell rings, our referee in charge. The third man in the ring will be Randy Phillips. Introducing to you first, to my right, fighting tonight out of the blue corner. He's wearing gold trunks with black trim and weighed in at 159.5 pounds. Coming to us from Tampa, Florida, he brings a professional record consisting of 8 wins, no defeats, 2 draws, with 5 of his 8 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Marquis M.D. Goodnight Davis. And his opponent across the ring, fighting tonight out of the red corner. He's wearing red, black, and silver, and weighed in at 158 pounds. Hailing from Burke, Virginia, he is undefeated with 11 wins. 7 of those 11 wins come by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Antoine Action Douglas.
Fighters. Okay, gentlemen, we've already been over the rules, so I want y'all to listen to my commands at all times. Say break, take a step back, and protect yourself. Any questions? Touch gloves. Good luck. Box!
The limit for this fight, and got rid of that pretty quickly, and so I don't think that that's going to be an issue for him. This should be a bang-bang fight. Left hand by Davis. Both these guys are bombers, and that's their intent.
Watching Douglas a lot, I've seen that he throws every punch hard. That's sometimes a good idea, but you can get very tired doing that. In terms of amateur experience for these 2, huge edge for Douglas. 2011 bronze U.S. Nationals, as Barry mentioned. He fought in the 2012 Olympic trials. Marquis Davis, 56 amateur fights, almost all in the Tampa area. And pro experience, Douglas has been extremely busy in a very short period of time. More fights than Davis, even though he turned pro much later.
4-punch combination, boy, you're right. You can see every punch with intent. Davis about 8, or rather Douglas about 8 unanswered, but Davis did come back with a left hand. Douglas just not giving him any breathing room at all.
There's just combinations that I was talking about. He changes them up. It's never the same. You don't know where he's coming from. Up and down, body, head, head, body, up the middle.
When we talked to him, he modestly said, I am greatness waiting to happen.
And Davis is, you know, he's still doing an excellent job of keeping his hands up. If he wasn't keeping his hands up the way he is, I mean, he might have gone down already.
Yeah. So. Actually, I don't think he was hurt by any of those shots.
Not at all. His game plans, he said he's not going to make it a pretty fight. He's going to go and work in the inside, but so far, it's kind of been hard for him. He gets in the inside, but he doesn't throw.
He's getting out-quicked.
Yes.
That's where Davis wants to be, but again, not being very busy.
But he keeps touching him.
Yeah.
Awful lot of punches being thrown in this fight, guys.
I'll say.
See if Douglas could keep up with this pace.
So pushing off the shoulder.
Douglas trying to work the body on Davis. Good uppercut there by Douglas. Snapped the head of Davis back.
Very busy round for Douglas.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, given how this first round's been fought, if Davis makes it out of the first round, and it seems like he's going to. That's a victory in itself.
Yeah.
Lose the round, but maybe win the war later.
Did everything he said he was going to do in that little soundbite we just heard.
Yep. And I don't think he hurt Davis. Douglas.
I don't
think he
either.
hurt him in the last round.
Davis trying to go a little side to side here to start the second round. Douglas quick-handed also. Good left hand there by Douglas.
Punch, all right, break, step back, no punch, no punch.
Davis wisely steps back.
All right, break, no
Davis
punch.
really fighting the
Step
fight
back.
he needs to fight, but he's just getting so out quick he can't do any business himself. Nice combination there by Douglas, opened Davis up for a moment.
Very good reflexes by Douglas, and just very loose in there. Very sharp and loose. Just letting him flow.
A lot of good body work. Uppercuts are working. Look at the numbers here. That's a high percentage.
Can Douglas keep this pace for, if he has to, for a long time? He may not have to.
Watch your head.
Davis, to his credit, still there. He's,
All right, break.
I don't get the sense he's really been hurt by anything.
He's trying to smother Douglas's punches. Just lessen the intensity of the power, and if you see Douglas all he needs to do is take a little step back and create more room. It'll give him more leverage, more power to his shots. He doesn't need to be straight on top of him. Just a little step back. That little step back means a lot. That's it, right there.
Nice uppercut again.
Beautiful.
Davis got there with 3 punches, but small number compared to what he's receiving. Well, again, very much an action fight here, predominantly on the side of Antoine Douglas.
Watch the elbow there, Antoine.
Just both guys trying to break each other down, going toe to toe, but Douglas is getting the best of Davis.
Stop. Box.
So we move to round 3 of this 8-round fight. They want Douglas to set down on his punches a little bit more than he has.
No punch.
Don't lean as much.
Push. Box.
In round 2, Douglas landed 74% of his 90 power shots. I don't know if I've ever said that before.
That's
74%.
That is a high
All right,
percentage.
break. No punch. No punch.
He's
Step back,
quick-handed.
step back.
And
Box.
strong.
Well, Davis wanted an inside fight. He's got it.
Yeah.
Be careful what you wish for.
All right, shots.
That time a couple of shots
Punch
by
out.
Davis, and then he tied him up.
And that's where they want Douglas
Break.
to give him a little bit of angles. There's no reason to let Davis hold on to him.
That was a good right hand and a left hand. That one pushed a little bit.
Watch your head.
That was a blatant butt there by Douglas.
Sure was.
He's pretty useful with the forearms and elbows
Yes,
also.
yes.
Tools you might not expect a young fighter like this, who's been a pro only 15 months or so, to have.
Good uppercut again, slipped in by Douglas, and there's another one, then a right hand. Oh, finally opens Davis up.
That elbow.
Douglas being very effective with them uppercuts. He needs to continue to come up the middle. And he doesn't need to load up with every shot. Just be loose, put them together, good defense there. Make him pay when he makes a miss. Davis is tough.
Yeah, yeah, Davis hanging in there, really.
I mean, he's making him work. He's not making it easy for Douglas.
All right, break. No punches. Step back.
I don't know how much longer he's going to continue to.
Douglas spent some time working with Andre Ward and said what he learned from Andre Ward is Andre never has any wasted movement. He's trying to emulate that.
There you go. All right, break. Step back. No punch.
I'll tell you, Andre Ward doesn't throw as many punches as Douglas.
No, he doesn't.
He doesn't have to.
Or as hard, maybe.
But Douglas also grunts when he punches. You know, some fighters do that. As you exhale, you grunt. I don't think it's a bad thing to do. It's like a reminder to the judges that I'm punching.
Yeah, no, it's true. Nice combination there.
I think when you grunt, it sounds like your punches are harder than they
no,
might
it's
be.
true. It's like a tennis fight.
Yeah, like Sharapova or Monica Seles. Yeah.
Just a mind thing.
Yeah.
Make you feel comfortable. Hey, whatever it takes, huh?
Well, in Douglas's corner, they were talking about, is the cold getting to you, which I would assume means he has a cold.
I can't say we noticed it yesterday, but
No.
Raul, did you notice anything? I didn't.
Not at all. Not at all. I guess they kept it real secretly, you know, which nobody needed to know.
We all know now. But hey, it's freezing here in Memphis.
Well, it is, yeah.
It's really cold and windy.
Step back. Step back. No punch. No punch.
I'm sure it's not helping Douglas's cold. Davis trying a new approach here, but I don't know how effective he can be fighting that kind of fight.
Might not get hit, but he's not going to be able to hit either.
I think he's more into survival mode.
Raul, my question to you, when you punch as often as Douglas and you don't vary the power on your shots, it's not so easy to be a knockout puncher when you fight this way. Do you agree?
I totally agree. That's why I said not every punch has to be, every punch he throws is hard. You know, if he changes the speed of his combinations or of his punches, you know, maybe two quick punches, 3 flurries, then go with the big bomb. That's what he needs to do.
Yeah, and the numbers show it. Although I'll tell you, Davis, low percentage, but he's thrown 178. That's 60 punches around, which is about average for this division, maybe a little over.
See, what Douglas does, what I said, he changes the way he throws his combinations. It's always different, but every shot is hard. Now, if he just lets it flow, more speed, then power. Speed is power. I think he'll be more successful.
Break, step back, no punch.
Well, you very rarely find volume punchers to be knockout artists. I mean, that's just the nature of, you can't throw huge shots if you're throwing 90, 100 punches around.
Not for want of trying on his part, though.
Come on, punch. Punch out.
I don't think you'd find a lot of smart money in this building that would be saying we'd be here in round 4.
I really thought this fight was not going to go this long. We'll see. We still got 4 more rounds to go. But it seems like Davis is in there to survive now. And it's very hard to fight a guy when he's in survival mode.
Douglas showing a nice jab now.
Yeah, he is.
At this point in the fight.
You can see there's a lot of promise in Douglas. Still very much a work in progress.
Yeah, and it'll be impressive if he can adjust in this fight, and showing the jab is one way of adjusting.
Stop.
Hasn't had much success when he's tried to pressure, though, as he did through the first 3 rounds.
Break, no punching, no punching, no punching. Box.
See, now he's... Hey, did Douglas hear me now? You know, stepping back a little bit. You don't have to come forward all the time.
I think that's what his corner's been saying for the past few rounds.
See, like right there, just take a step back, jab, double jab. Let him run into something. Let Davis run into some shots. straight shots.
Step back, no punching, no punching. Both of you watch your head. Box!
Barry, you talked about Douglas sparring with Andre Ward and Amir Khan. How valuable that must be. He's also gone to war a few times in camp with John Thompson, who we're going to see in our next fight.
Right.
Apparently, people stopped and watched the sparring. Douglas a little bit bigger than Thompson, one division up.
We see Douglas needs to get a little bit on his toes, be not so flat-footed.
It's got to be really frustrating for Davis. He's not fighting a bad fight. It's just that he's not being allowed to do anything.
I was just thinking the same thing. This fight's been fought on the terms he wanted on the inside, and he's just being outfought on the inside. And he doesn't seem to have the power to be able to turn it around.
Yeah. I think this fight will be a learning kind of fight for Davis, even if he loses it.
Just going to be tough for him to turn it around at this point.
Yeah. Well, and again, you spoke about the caliber of opponents that he's been facing, and they are guys that he can get out of there. And tonight, he's facing a pretty live guy.
Yeah. It's not been a bad round for Davis, but
a lot of those are being caught on the gloves of Davis, but I don't think Douglas cares.
See, I like Douglas right there, a little bit from the outside. Try something different. I mean, he's in control of this fight. Make a little bit of changes, you know. Got to bait the guy in, bait him in with the jab, let him come in, change up the jab up and down. He's the type of guy that usually changes the speed and intensity of his jab. Touch and jab, jab to the body, up.
These are the kind of things that Rule's talking about. Yeah, exactly. These are the kind of things you learn, and he's only 21 years old, so there's a big upside to this kid.
Yep.
Punch out.
And they've told, he does have a tendency to lean in, and they've talked about that in his corner, and I'm sure they'll go to school on that when they get back in the gym. There's a good left hand.
I mean, his combinations are flowing beautiful there. Now take a step back. Don't let him crowd you.
Box.
So we come to round 5 of this 8-rounder. I beg your pardon, round 6 of this 8-rounder. It's been kind of a one-note fight, and that note has been sounded by Antoine Douglas.
Don't throw that. Box.
Douglas really sitting down on them shots. But they're all power shots, and when they're power shots, Davis knows they're coming.
Yeah.
Basically, it's like telegraphing in some kind of way.
And he's still leaning in a little bit with those shots.
Break. Stop. You use your head, I'm going to take a point. Use your head, I'll take a point. Box.
Well, Randy Phillips is right to say that.
Yes, he is.
Especially Douglas has been using his head, his forearms, his elbows, and everything else this fight. He's gotten away with it so far.
Well, again, my feeling about Douglas, very much a work in progress, but there's some tools here.
He's definitely showing a lot of skill tonight, a lot of technique.
No punch.
And I keep saying this, if he just steps back a little bit, doesn't have to be so aggressive, and just baits him in with the jab and catches him coming in with the uppercut, that would be a good shot, just to see that nice long jab. Because Davis is going to keep coming forward.
And I don't know what, Davis was just covering up on the ropes here for some reason. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, the referee saw it, but it's not Douglas's problem, so he just went in and punched.
Yeah.
Stop. Time. You got it. Where's that?
Oh, it's the mouthpiece.
Oh, his tooth came out. It's laying right here on the ground in front of us.
He just kicked it into the 4th row, and I think Thomas Charber has in his lap.
I think he does. A nice souvenir from here in Memphis. I don't believe it was a molar. It looked like an incisor.
Thank you, Dr. Tompkins.
Yes. And it's got to come out.
I can't
You're
feel
a man
good.
of all trades, huh, Barry? Do it all.
They always have to have something to fall back on in this business.
Get tight and punch
They're still looking for the tooth. It's like looking for Holyfield's ear in Vegas.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm looking behind me.
Tooth Fairy will find it, don't worry. He's going to make $2, $3 tonight, you know that?
It's got to be painful.
If they find it, he's going to make $2, $3.
Bad enough he's got to deal with all of Douglas's punches, but
Punch.
And a little jawing at the end of that round.
on the ground in the ring.
I'm used to it. I told you I caught one time. Mitch Blood Green. And there is the tooth.
I've never seen that.
Bro, put that in your pocket.
Get
Take
a
it
little
home.
something for everybody.
The Tooth Fairy.
That's right.
A new nickname could be born here. Wow.
Oh, man.
The round croakers are looking at the tooth going, what kind of sport is this?
Yeah, I know. This is not pretty.
No, this is tough. I mean, Douglas is, I really feel bad for Davis because he's taking a beating.
No punching, no punching.
So many punches per round, and then he loses a tooth on top.
Yeah.
And there ain't insurance for that in boxing.
No,
believe
that's
me.
right.
Douglas not really slowing down, if anything, picking it up here at the start of round 7.
Yeah, I mean, he's obviously in terrific shape. He's thrown a ton of punches. I don't think the volume has dropped off since the first round.
Douglas showing a little bit different dimension now, using a little bit of movement, but still throwing a lot of punches, combination.
Yeah.
And he's looking good doing that, on his toes, in and out.
And that'll work because Davis doesn't know any other way but to come forward. So he's going to walk to Douglas, whether he's eating punches or not.
No punch. Box.
Davis is absolutely game. I mean, you got to say that.
He's boxing beautifully there. I mean, from the outside.
Yeah.
Changing it up. You don't have to come forward all the time.
Watch your man. All right, break, step back. Box.
He's in good shape too, Douglas.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Davis too, because he's taking a lot of punishment.
Break, step back, no punch. Box.
And we've just been told that the tooth has been returned to Davis's manager.
All right. Does he
The
get
chain of custody has been established.
Does he get 10% of the tooth?
All right, get your hand up his head. All right, break. All right, look at him. No push. Box.
Once again, a little warning from referee Randy Phillips.
There have been a few of those, but no point deductions. Not that it would matter because Douglas is way ahead.
Yeah, I don't think you can make a case for Davis in any round.
Douglas' combination is really flowing there. Speed is power, and he's showing a
Break,
lot
step back. Stop.
of good stuff there by Douglas.
Box.
So we come to the final 3 minutes of this fight. Marquis Davis looked over at us between rounds just to make sure the tooth was, in fact, in the possession of someone whom he knows.
Well, his cut woman is Angela Mitchell. We know her from working with our former Showtime colleague, Antonio Tarver. Trouble is, he doesn't need a cut woman, he needs a dentist.
Exactly.
I don't think Novocaine is allowed in between rounds.
No, I don't think so.
Well, as these guys wing away, the numbers tell the story. 219 connects for Douglas through 7 rounds. Only 52 connects for Davis. He's just been overwhelmed by a blizzard of punches from the very start.
Completely. And to his credit, I mean, he has taken some pretty horrific shots. And to the best of my knowledge, he hasn't really been hurt by any of them.
You know, Douglas he's got power, but I got to give the credit to Davis. He's got a good chin. He's taking good shots because just about every one of Douglas's shots are power shots. So He's just a durable guy, and sometimes, I mean, this is good for your career. I mean, this is good for Douglas' career. Took him, you know, he worked 8 hard rounds, busy rounds. That shows a lot. And he's still going. I mean, he looks in great shape. Looks like he could have got another 2 rounds.
Yeah, I mean, we mentioned earlier he's been fighting in small club fights. There was a good right hand by Davis. Fighting in small club fights, hasn't fought anybody near the caliber of the guy he's fighting tonight.
No punch.
It appears that he's going to be able to be standing there at the end of this.
I agree, a good experience for Douglas, not so much for Davis.
Right.
I can't believe Davis is still here only because he had gone 6 rounds only once. Now he's getting beaten up for 8. He's still fighting back.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is. That's what I say. I don't remember him being really hurt in this fight, maybe cumulatively.
Punch out. I break, step back.
Well, is it fair to question Douglas's power, or is he just in with a guy who isn't going to go?
No, I think he's in it with a guy that has a very durable chin. And, you know, maybe he didn't throw enough punches to have Douglas connect. You know, he was covering up a lot, too.
See, now there was a good uppercut, and he wasn't leaning in that time.
See, that's the speed I'm talking about.
Yeah.
He's putting them together, and not everything is power shots.
His corner was telling him the whole fight, don't lean in. And there was the first time in the fight that he didn't, and it's also the first time in the fight that he's hurt Davis. Davis has 10 seconds to survive.
Yeah, and if Douglas picked his shots a little better and placed them a little better, I think he'd have a better chance of getting rid of Davis, or would have had a better chance of doing that.
And that's it.
No.
Another little cheap shot. He's got a lot of that in him.
Look at it. Y'all both want to lose. Do y'all ever heard of a double disqualification?
All right, let's take you up to Thomas Triber now. We will make all of this official. Thomas?
Ladies and gentlemen, after 8 rounds of boxing, we go to the judges' scorecards. Judge Gerald Deming scores it 79-73. And both judges, Teresa Mullins and Mac Thornton, are in agreement, scoring at the same 80-72, all in favor of your winner by unanimous decision. Still undefeated, and now the new WBC Fecker Box middleweight champion, Antoine Action Douglas.
So pretty much as we saw it, one judge did give 1 round to Davis. Both other judges made it unanimous in favor of Antoine Douglas. And again, work in progress, but a guy that you want to see again.